everybody, it's our January update. Sorry, it's a little bit late again. It's really hard to get our schedules to line up so that we can do this in a what's the word I'm looking for? Prompt fashion.
I don't think it needs to be prompt. I think it's fine. It's not that far. What's today? The 8th? February 8th?
9th, 10th, I don't know. But we're a decent way through February so far. But yeah, so we just want to talk to you guys about all the fun things we did in January.
Yeah. So where do we start?
We start at the aquarium, I think, right? That was where we went for your birthday, so to speak. We went to the Chirami Aquarium. It was really beautiful. We parked the car. It was kind of a drive, right? It was like an hour and change.
Hour and a half-ish, yeah.
We parked, and there's like a lot on that site, more than the aquarium. There was like a big botanical gardens that we didn't see, and a bunch of other stuff.
It was a little cold that day. When we say cold, we mean cold for Okinawa.
Oh, yeah.
And we weren't necessarily well dressed to be outside.
Yeah. So, but the grounds were nice. They had some flowers out there. I don't know if there was like a flower festival or if that's just how it always looked, but it was pretty. And then we entered the facility, and it was, you know, like every other aquarium. I feel like when you walk in, it's crazy crowded, and then the further through you get, the like less crowded it is.
Mm-hmm. It was a really cool aquarium. Isn't it like one of the biggest? They have one of the biggest tanks.
Mm-hmm. It was the biggest tank for like 40 years, and I think somewhere in the UAE, of course, had to outdo it. But yeah, huge tank. And I remember the statistic was something like they used more acrylic on that tank than was produced in the 3 years, like in the, I don't know. It was like a crazy amount of acrylic that was used in the tank, and you can see it when you're there.
Yeah, the tank was really cool. So when the biggest feature was this big tank. So everything else was like a regular aquarium, but this big tank, I forget what they called it, but it had a name. But there were all sorts of different types of rays that looked really cool. I just wanted to sing to them, like Finding Nemo. And then the biggest thing in the tank was the whale shark.
It was gigantic.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's a whale shark. It was gigantic. It was great seeing the whale shark in there, and you kind of you can walk around the whole thing. You see it from like a lot of different angles. They really set it up so that you have like a lot of viewing ability.
You can see it from above the tank. You can actually see it from below, and you're like immersed in the tank, and it makes you feel like you're one of the fishes.
Yeah. There was like a little cafe right near there that we stopped at, and we had like an hour-long lunch. It was nice. You got a good view of the tank, and the kids really enjoyed it, and the food was actually not bad. So it was good.
Yep. So again, most of it was pretty normal aquarium stuff, but then there's a whole outside area where they had sea turtles and dugongs.
They're like big Okinawan manatees, I think. Yeah.
And then they had an actual dolphin show, you guys. I don't think I've seen a real dolphin show in a long time, and it was super fun to watch these dolphins. The kids had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
And they had the dolphins also had this thing. I confused it with a beluga, but it was black, so it was kind of weird. But it's called a false killer whale.
False killer whale. So it is not in the killer whale family. I forget. I looked it up. I Googled it. Look up false killer whale. It was super cute. Yeah. The kids really liked it.
And then we had Shayna's birthday just out back where we tend to spend a lot of our weekends. We just start a fire, and we had a small cake. I think somebody has a video of it. I was holding the cake, so I didn't get a video, and Shayna, when it was her birthday, so hopefully I can find a video of it. But anyway.
It's fine. It's not that important.
Anyway.
So yeah, that was the beginning of the month. Then we went to Beppu. Beppu deserves its own video because it was days we went to mainland and went to Beppu. So watch for part 2, and we will do an entire video on Beppu.
And we're slowly still upgrading the house. I got a shed. It's pretty nice. It's helpful. Hopefully our bicycles won't rust like everything else in Okinawa does. You know, we had a fish fry with some of the fish that, well, my neighbor caught. I've hit a few fish with my spear, but none of them have been edible because they're like poisonous or otherwise. So Yeah, but we had a big fish fry. It was nice. It was delicious, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've been doing some motorcycle riding with Phil here and there, my buddy here. We just getting him used to motorcycle riding has been fun. We went on base and we saw like just giant helicopters. I think they're called 53s. That were just parked out there. They had this big like mission operation thing going on in Foster for like a week. I don't even know if you knew about that, but it was kind of a big deal where they're doing all kinds of helicopter night ops and stuff. But it was kind of cool. So
That's cool. I mean, they're always doing something. I always see some Marine dressed up with all sorts of stuff on. So, what else did we do? We went to the Southeast Botanical Gardens. That was fun. It's got a whole bunch of lights. It's kind of like Christmas lights on crack, I guess. I don't know. It was fun. It's really pretty. The kids, Mara had fun. Clark had a bug up his butt that day. So there's probably 0 pictures of Clark. Maybe we have 1 picture of Clark from the botanical garden.
yeah, it was fun. They lit up everything, trees. It had these big lily pads in a pond, and they were playing K-pop Demon Hunters, and those lights were going off, and it was pretty cool. Some of the video I got with my Insta360 didn't turn out so well, but I think we got some decent video with our phones and stuff, so it'll be up there. But yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So then Clark won an award at school. That was fun. It was an integrity award. They picked a couple of kids won different awards for a couple of different things, and he didn't know about it until the day of the awards. That was really cool. We were really proud of him for that. The kids are really doing well in schools here, making friends, having a good time. So that's been great.
Yeah, it was great just being at his school and him being all surprised, like, oh, hey, you guys, what are you doing here? It was fun. But and yeah, they were based off, I don't know if you said they were based off Medal of Honor traits, the traits that Medal of Honor winners have been awarded: integrity and courage and valor and all these different things. So there was like 10 kids that got awards, I think. 12 kids that got awards. So it was pretty cool for his whole grade. He was pretty proud of that.
It was 7th and 8th. So it was 12 kids out of 7th and 8th grade.
Very cool.
That's why they did 12, because there's 6 Medal of Honor characteristics.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to bowling at round 1 again. We had a video of it before, but bowling was really kind of cool. It was very overstimulating. I am suspicious that Japanese bowling lanes are like shorter than American bowling lanes, because I feel like I got a lot more strikes than I usually do, but my score wasn't that much better than it normally is.
It wasn't.
So
Really wasn't.
yeah, maybe it's like 10 feet shorter or something like that, but it just felt shorter. And
It was also cool though. Didn't you say it was like retro future is what you called it?
I said it felt retro future, like the Fantastic Four would be right at home there. It was kind of cool. Everything was shaped all bubbly, and there was just screens everywhere. It was kind of neat.
Even like the way you get your shoes, you're not getting them at a counter. There's like a machine that you pick your size and you get the shoes out of this machine.
You just push the button and they pop out the bottom. They kind of slide out even. You just pick them up and you walk away. And they have little buttons, so you're supposed to button them together when you throw them back in to get cleaned or whatever.
And then where you're sitting, you can order food there. There's like a whole menu to order food, and you can watch people bowl. So like they have it, so there's like a bowl cam so you can watch their form. So that was really cool. It was just different.
Yeah. Very overstimulating and very fun, just like everything else here. But I think January was a good month overall. We did a lot. We had fun,
we did
especially.
Do a lot.
I think February is going to be a slower month, as we're anticipating Shayna's parents coming next month. We're going to be doing a lot of things. So I think we're still doing stuff.
It's also cold.
It's cold.
Wet right now.
So we're just kind of chilling, playing board games with friends, and just hanging out a lot.
We forgot to mention my dragon boat racing.
Oh yeah, Shayna's doing dragon boat racing now.
Yeah. I joined a dragon boat racing team. I have my own paddle. It's really cool. It was painted by our Japanese mentor, who helps coach our team. So that's really cool. So there's a big festival in May where we race the giant dragon boats, where there's like 32 to 34 of us. And it's a female team. I think we have one guy on our team, but the rest of us are women, and it should be really fun. So stay tuned for that. That'll be in May.
Yeah, So thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, until next time.